carry out your micro teach today, just looking at behaviour. Okay, so we're going to look at promoting positive behaviour in the early years. So it's stuff that you do all the time. Okay, obviously for the recording it's back to front, but it's there. So what we're going to look at today, look at kind of your aims and objectives, do a little icebreaker just about behaviour. Look at the terminology as well, look at the influences on children's behaviour, look at promoting positive behaviour policies as well and how you do it here, and then look at behaviour management strategies, and then just do kind of a little quiz at the end. Happy with that?
Yes.
Fantastic. So our aims, so to understand the importance of encouraging positive behaviour in early year settings, and to introduce different strategies in dealing with children's behaviour as well. So the objectives. So at the end of this session, you'll be able to kind of analyse the influences of children's behaviour, give examples of factors helping to minimise challenging behaviour in early year settings as well, and identify strategies to promote positive behaviour for children. So again, what you're doing every day. So, what little icebreaker, obviously we've been working with each other for quite a few years anyway, so what are your experiences with children?
It's been 25 years.
Oh my goodness.
And I started in 2001, just after when my daughter was born. And I have experience working in East Africa, in Dar es Salaam, in Montessori. That was 4 years.
Fantastic.
And then when I came here, I was a staff at bank, so I used to come different nurseries, and that was a very eye opener. I had to visit different nurseries, and I could compare Montessori setting and EYFS setting, and I was offered a place to work in Finchley Road, which was 9 years.
Fantastic.
And then fortunately closed down, and then I kind of just moved around in Montessori schools.
Brilliant.
And I think every Montessori school has brought a width of experience as well, different experiences, different people, and I think I just flourished in every setting.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed as well changes as well. It depends as well on the management.
Yes.
Who is really supportive, like here. They're amazing.
You've got fantastic
Sejal.
management here, absolutely.
This makes such a difference.
Yeah. Obviously, look, is there anything that would kind of demotivate you to work with children professionally, do you think?
No.
You've given lots of things that motivate you.
I love it. I love to see the changes when they come to us, like they are babies. I'm sure you've seen really tiny ones.
Yes.
And then you see the stage like Giacomo, Riva, Mahika, when they've come to us, and the progress they've made, development is amazing.
Yeah, and like today with you in the setting and seeing, actually I've seen those little ones come from the baby unit to now be with you. How much they've changed is fantastic to see, which is lovely.
And I think it's such a rewarding sign to see when they come to us and when they're ready to move on upstairs. And when we take ours for settling, we see those ones who have just joined them, and the change. Yeah. And
it's fantastic, isn't it?
And everyone said the changes we've made in Greens it shows.
Yeah,
every time they get these children from us, because they know how to work with material, they know to take them out, they know to tidy up as well. And we are not even, this aim is not about follow the steps and then you have to sit, you have to finish the activity. No, it's just that introducing, this is what we do at order. And then the first couple of months as well, they will not follow, they will be all over the place. And then after about 6-7 months, the order will come. And we are not pressurizing, saying that you must do this. It's not.
It's that repetition, isn't it?
Repetition,
that you do
and
with
we
them.
are very gentle, we're reminding them as well. But it's not like, this is what you do, I will help you, I'll take you there. No, it's not like that.
And that links into with the terminology that we've got here, that you can see here, obviously looking at kind of that strategy, that plan of action, designed to achieve those long-term and overall aims that we're working towards. So these are just some words that we hear about quite a lot. Obviously, challenging behaviour. We hear about that. You see that as well in what you're doing. Obviously, your early years settings as well. Key person. Obviously,
key person
you're that key person. You're in that role within the setting. And learning that knowledge and supporting those children and teaching them kind of what they're learning with they're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're here to have fun as well. It's not like a prison where it's like you must do this, you must do that. No, it's all about fun, and the well-being of the child is so important.
Absolutely, and that's what's paramount, isn't it, in everything we do. So can you look, obviously this is in pairs, but it's only me and you today. Can you state kind of some factors that influence children's behaviours?
They're friendly, they're holding hands.
It doesn't. That's just a picture. So just in general, factors that influence children's behaviour.
They're very curious.
Yes.
To observe, to like touch the facial features, and most of them don't talk at this age. So it's a lot of tactile touch at the moment.
Yeah.
And later stage, they will be using their words as well. And by the time they leave us, I think we can see the trends of friendship forming.
Yes.
And at this age as well, when they come to us, 18, 19 months, they are not forced to share as well. We give them time as well, we give them space, but they are respected of what they're choosing. And then if they want to walk in pairs as well, we respect that.
Yeah.
So it's child behavior, I think you can just explain in so many ways.
Yes.
It could be challenging as well, because they are not sharing at this age.
Yeah.
And everything is mine. I want this toy and I want it now, and I will bite or I will scratch, because this is how I get my attention as well. And sometimes as well children do it because that's how they get attention from parents. So they are mirroring that behavior at school. And how we handle, we use the cards, flashcards.
Yeah.
We also talk about other child's feeling, how he feels. We never shout, we never retaliate, we never bite.
I think that's important as well, isn't it? Getting a child to understand the consequences of what they're doing. Because actually sometimes we'll say to them, oh, how do you think your friend feels now? When they've kind of might have kind of scratched them or pushed them or something like that. And it's starting, even at a young age, isn't it? Starting to get them to understand actually
it's not accepted.
It's not nice. It's made them sad, isn't it? And having that conversation. So obviously, like we were just saying, different types of behaviour, obviously becoming withdrawn, aggressive and hurtful, like we just said. You've also got, on the other hand, children that might become shy, anxious, controlling in situations as well.
Yes.
Very active, where they're kind of on the go constantly, confident, and also a victim within it. Obviously, there's no such thing as a naughty child, okay? And it's breaking that stereotype, isn't it? There's always kind of reasons behind children's actions, and like you were saying, in your room, the children that can't communicate, they struggle with they can't communicate, so sometimes they do kind of hit out or bite or something like that out of frustration a lot of the time, isn't it?
Frustration, yes.
So obviously promoting positive behaviour policy. So obviously a designated person for behaviour management issues within the setting. Do you have somebody in particular you'd go to if you've got any behaviour issues?
Amy is the designated leader, otherwise it's Sejal in her absence. And then if it's not, then it's Adam.
Yeah, fantastic. So your management team, which is fantastic. Obviously your key person communicating with the parents and sharing kind of things with other staff. When it comes to behaviour, how is it kind of sharing that information with parents? Are they okay about it?
Yes. So we start with a positive feedback, and then we say that the day was good, or if anything happened, we always start with positive note, and then we also say about the concerns we have, and then we talk about the ways of solving. So we start like positive concern and then positive note, so the parent doesn't feel, oh, my child is just, I'm so useless parent and there's no way out, and everyone is, so it brings that insecurity as well to the parents.
And, sharing that with them.
But we want to make that positive relationship with the parents, and it's understandable, like they are like young, they're still small children, parents work long hours as well. So we have to understand as well from that point of view that we can't just lash out. And
absolutely. And obviously you've got your managers here to support you, like you said, with the designated team, and they are able to give those kind of their wealth of knowledge and support you in maybe some situations where we think, oh, I haven't dealt with this before.
When there's something arises more not just things we can solve, maybe like speech and language support or behavioral support.
Yeah.
This is where we can look deeper into the situation.
Brilliant, absolutely. And obviously your managers can support you with obviously a stimulating environment for the children, appropriate activities and resources as well.
Definitely, yes.
Clear rules and boundaries, so you're kind of following the same throughout the rooms, throughout the nursery as well, isn't it? A consistent approach as well, an organised environment that we're doing, a balance between kind of child-led and adult-led activities, which I think you guys get the perfect balance here with that, which is great. Role modelling and kind of stories with kind of social focus as well. And obviously I've observed you this morning doing kind of looking at different cultures, and it was a really lovely activity with children, and they are still quite young as well, aren't they?
Yes,
so it does make a difference.
Yes, not too long, but something they can relate to.
Just the right length for them, I think. So I've just got a short video here for you to watch. I will let you.
Well, first of all, we need to start moving away from the assumption that children need disciplining. Mostly, they need love and affection, and when we show them that courtesy, then they'll return it. And so sometimes if they say no to a directive, what we need to listen for is what they're saying yes to. So if we ask them, for example, to get their pyjamas on and they say no, then they're saying yes to something else. And we find out what the something else is and figure out if there's a way that they can get their needs met. So if it's finishing something that they're watching on TV or a game they're playing on a computer or whatever, we can find out a way if they can do that in their pyjamas instead of doing it, stopping it just because we said so. We'd be not interested in stopping something we're doing just because somebody else said so, so children will be too. The other thing to remember is that our species has evolved to be highly cooperative. And therefore, our problem with children isn't asking ourselves, how do I get this child to be cooperative? Our question is, how do we make sure we don't damage the child's desire to cooperate? And therefore, on the understanding that we can trust children that everything they do is rational, that is, it's an attempt to meet their needs, the same as you or I, we attempt to meet our needs every day. So they're trying to meet a need. It just happens they might not be doing it very expertly, or whatever their strategy they're using might be inconveniencing us. Nevertheless, what we look for is, how do I get that need met with using a strategy that's skillful and doesn't happen to inconvenience other people? So for example, they don't want to get into their car seat. Find out why not. What's their objection? And it might well be something really simple, like it's too hot in there, surrounded by all that plastic and so on. And so there might be a way that we can turn the car air conditioner on for 2 minutes before we ask them to get into the seat. But unless we ask, what's your objection, what's your problem with doing what I've asked, we can't solve it because we think they're just being defiant. The other thing I think is really important is to make sure that we don't praise children for getting things right. Because when we tell children they're good boys for getting things right, they'll think they're a bad boy if they get it wrong. And so we harm their self-esteem, and they feel that they have to keep proving themselves all their lives. So as well as getting rid of punishments, so we don't reprimand, we find out what the issue is, as I've already said. We also get rid of the praise and the good boy, good girls, and instead celebrate and congratulate with them the way we would with a friend who's got a new job. Instead of saying, oh, good girl for your promotion, or good girl for getting the new job, we would say, oh, congratulations, I bet you're thrilled. And by doing that with children, we're not tying their worth to their ability to please us and to meet our standards. And so they'll come through life feeling that their worth isn't up for debate. And feeling worthy is our birthright. And so by not praising, we're making sure that they feel worthy, but we're still giving feedback that gives them information about something they've achieved.
This is summed up so well.
It does, doesn't it? It really makes you kind of look at other stuff and think, oh, actually, yes. Because how many times do we sometimes say, oh, good girl for doing that, good boy for doing that, and
I always tell the girls in the room, don't say good boy because it doesn't make any as well.
Yeah.
And like the lady said as well, when he does something wrong, then is he a bad boy?
yeah,
So
absolutely.
then we start thinking, and instead of, because we don't say to us to our spouses, oh, good boy, for it's a part of life.
Yeah, I wouldn't mark your work and go, oh, good girl.
Yeah,
You
yeah, I
say
know.
well done,
Yeah,
you congratulate you, and you
congratulations,
give
yes,
the feedback, so it
There
does
you
make
go.
you think. Yeah.
And especially when you go through daily practice, you can't just keep saying good boy, good boy, good boy, because then it loses the meaning. Because
Yeah.
we all have to put our shoes on, do things, and imagine if someone praises us all the time. It's like, just let it go.
Absolutely.
It's becoming now too much.
Yeah.
I'm just getting on with my
yeah.
life.
So looking at strategies, obviously clear instructions, telling them what you want them to do instead of the opposite.
Mhm.
Obviously distraction and redirection with things, and we see
Mhm.
that in what we do. Empathy, ignoring if it's not hurtful or damaging. Ignore it. Sometimes children do
Yes,
things for attention,
yes,
don't they?
yes.
And explaining, warning of consequence as well. If we carry on doing that, this is going to happen. And it's making sure we're consistent and we follow that through as well, isn't it? Acknowledging children's emotions and judging the behaviour, not the child. Obviously catch the child being good. Make sure a child knows kind of what they're being praised for. And like we saw in the video, using different terminology and language, isn't it?
Yes.
And kind of time out, not very often, but if they do need it, sometimes you have to remove them
Remove
from
them.
a situation
Mhm.
to calm them down and then bring them back in, because otherwise it just carries on going, doesn't it?
Yes. And then the child feels like, oh, I can carry on because there's no consequence.
Absolutely.
So,
And it can, and like with this bit here, obviously about being strong and be positive, it's worth it in the long run. It can be really hard when you're in that moment and you think, oh my goodness, these children.
no.
But we know that consistency and we keep going with it,
Mhm.
don't we? Which is really important. So giving 2 examples, can you give kind of an example on how you have minimised challenging behaviour?
Be positive,
Yeah.
and then look for the activities that is children's interest. It's not just what we want, but also it's for the children. It's got to be children's interest, where we can challenge them as well. Sometimes they are bored when
Yeah.
they're acting out, or there is underlying issue, so we should be aware of the issues. Like, that's why we have to have a positive relationship with the parents, because then maybe the child had a difficult night, or maybe child is moving from mom's house to dad's house, so that could be as well one issue. He's missing one of the parent, so it could be something. And then once we know about the issues, we also can prepare. We can like I have those cards today about the families, so it's normal.
Yeah.
We accept that, and we can talk about those
Brilliant.
things.
Fab. And then we can do some more of these written as well.